All right, what's up, y'all? Welcome, welcome, welcome. I want to know that y'all can hear me. In the chat, Mia Hall. Mia, I see you in the chat. Let me know Mia, where are you located? I see you, and you already have your questions ready. I love that. I love that. While you reply in the chat, I just want to say, y'all, welcome to Inside Out Podcast Live. I am here in the Bay Area, and this is a wonderful evening. I have with me this evening D Woods, who, as you see, is the star of my short film, Don't Be Desperate. But we're going to talk about my ATL. Okay, ATL. I was just there last month for 2 weeks. We're going to talk about much more than Don't Be Desperate. We're going to really get into who D Woods is, her evolution, how faith has carried her through her journey, and what she hopes in the future. Much like Aaliyah from Don't Be Desperate, which if you haven't watched it, it's on my YouTube channel. You can. Great. Thank you, Mia. If you haven't watched it, it is on the Y'all Right Productions YouTube channel. It'll be pinned in this conversation. But without further ado, I'm gonna bring D Woods to the stage. What up? Hey, girl.
Hey.
How's it going? I have a question for you, a wildfire question. What have you been listening to? Like, what music has been carrying you through whatever season you're in right now?
Well, I really just be putting those DJ sets like Playground or what's the other one? Club One Bedroom
Oh,
like on YouTube.
yeah.
And I
Okay.
just really be rocking out to all the DJ sets because, and then I have like a very eclectic, like crazy playlist on Spotify. It really makes no sense, but it makes sense to me. You know what I mean? So I just like to always keep things moving. But I've been listening to a lot of house music as of
Okay.
late because my sister and I, Chanel, shout out Chanel,
Hey,
Young
Chanel.
Money Entertainment, Chanel. We are working on a project. We're working on an album, a sister duo collaboration, and we're going back to like all the music that we used to. We want to feel the same way we used to feel like when we would be in like dance class in school
Okay.
when we were coming up, and it was like a lot of house music. Our dance instructors was giving us a lot of house music, and that's what really gave us the love of just like moving, being on stage, being creative. So we're like, we want people to feel like that again. So I have been listening to a lot of that. Like,
Yeah. I
mhm.
love that. I love that you're staying inspired. You know, it's so funny. I have been like going back to music also that just like I'm not a dancer, but music that I listen to coming up that just feels nostalgic. And fun fact, let's see, 2 days ago I was standing in the backyard, and it's warm out here. It's hot in the Bay, and especially in the South Bay. And so I was in the backyard and I stood on the pavement, and it was just super warm. It was in the morning. And like I felt in my spirit, I was like, sit down on the pavement. And I'm like, this is crazy. Like, I'm a grown lady. And I sat down on the pavement. When I tell you, D, it grounded me in the most interesting way. Like, not on the grass, just on the pavement. I felt like a little girl again. Like, I'm like, when's the last time I've sat on the pavement? Like, I guess maybe when I would like draw on
Drawing.
it with chalk.
Yeah.
And it was such a nice grounding exercise for me. So there's so much going on in the world right now. How are you grounding yourself?
I do a lot of. So I live by the water. So I'm here in New York. So I live right on the Hudson River. So I take a lot of walks along the water. I'm a water sign, and shout out Cancer season is
Mm.
up. And I just love to like be by the water. Like even when it was the dead of winter, it was freezing cold out
Mhm.
here. I would still take walks because just being by the water, looking at it, calms me, helps me get clarity in my mind. I work out by the water. Now that it's hot out, our pool is open. I'm just a water girl. I'm just a mermaid. I'm in there. So yeah, that's how I do it.
I love that. I love it. All right. So before we get into the nitty gritty, I would like to know, speaking of maybe the answer to this is mermaid, how do you see yourself outside of your resume and credits?
I mean, like, what can Can you,
Yeah, like
explain?
how, like when you, like Aaliyah, maybe when you see your, when you look in the mirror, who do you see? Who do you like? Who is it inside of you? Who are you on the inside that no one else, or that seldom people really know? Like, who's the true D Woods to you? Is it I'm tender, I'm caring, I'm loving? Maybe I'm a little bit shy technically. Who are you?
Oh, well, I mean, because I've been performing since I was like a toddler, like 3 years
Hmm.
old. So I am a creative, I am a performer at heart. You know what I mean? And whether that meant, doing it on a professional, large scale, as a career with whatever accolades, or just performing in my living room. I'm a performer. So I actually did a one woman show this time last year called My Living Room Self. And it was about, who you are, basically like your question, like who you
Hmm.
are when you take it all off, when you can just be uninhibited and you don't care who's listening, you don't care who's watching. But because I am a performer and a lot of my friends are performers, like if we get together, we're gonna start creating, we're gonna start harmonizing, we're gonna start, imagining, writing a show, playing around. Like we just don't know how to not be creative. We had a beautiful weekend this past weekend for the Tony Awards because my mentor, Freddie Hendricks, was awarded the Tony for Excellence in Theater Education. And all of the students came out of the woodwork. He has so many babies, as he calls us. We all came out to celebrate him because he really fostered this freedom, this, just belief in ourselves and worthiness and self-worth and purpose with our art, with our craft. And we wouldn't be a lot of the people who we are. He has, amongst all of his students, he has Tony awards and nominations, Emmy awards and nominations, Oscar awards and nominations, Grammy. Like he's an EGOT teacher. Okay, he's an EGOT instructor. So we were just all together and just put all the extroverts, all the class clowns in a room together and just watch what happened.
I love that. I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
That's beautiful. And like onto that though, already you've known as an artist over years, your whole life. You know what I mean? Like,
Uh-oh, we're starting to get choppy. Okay, well, say that again.
can you hear me?
Yep, I can hear you now. Hmm.
Okay. We're gonna move through it, y'all. We live and we 3,000 miles
Hmm.
away. Um, since you were 3, you started performing at about 3, right?
Yes.
So as
Hmm.
long as literally as long as you can remember. Do you know, or can you recall now what drew you to performance art, just in general? That voice inside of you that was drawn to it.
I don't really know. I just remember, and I tell this story in my one woman show. I was so serious. I was so determined. I think a lot of it, because I'm the youngest in my family, and I think a lot of it was just like I wanted to prove that I could do it. Because people,
Mhm.
I didn't want to be babied. I can do it. I can do it. I can do it. You know. And I tell this story how like I was performing my debut performance was Pinocchio, and I got no strength. And I in the rehearsal, in the tech rehearsal, and I didn't know it was tech rehearsal. I just know they were telling me when my entrance was on, when the curtain closed, when the other people's song ended. I had to run out there and I had to lay on the stage like I was a puppet and don't let the audience see you
Yeah.
move. So I just was like, and here's my cue. And I ran out and I like, like flopped down and I had bells, on my little costume and the bells were digging in my back. And I was like, oh, it hurts so bad, but I can't move. They're gonna see me break character. And then it was like there was a glitch or whatever in the tech. So I'm ready. And then they're like, okay, hold back to one. And I'm like, wait a minute. I did all that work. I done slammed my back into the ground for nothing. Like I was ready. Why was everybody else ready? You know? So I don't know where that really, I think it was just what I came to this earth in this incarnation. I came with it. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
I came with
Mhm.
focus. Mhm.
Yeah. One of those, and that's real. Like there are people out there, like we could say, our beloved Michael Jackson, right? Who like is just like came for this, right?
Mhm.
Came for the music, for the art, for inspiring people. How do you see your art changing or impacting the world, or even inspiring young Black girls or young girls?
I really want to ignite the same feelings that I got when I was watching somebody like a Michael Jackson. I want to give that for other people, like make their wheels turn, let them, believe in themselves, let them dream, let them see possibilities, let them see alternatives, different pathways. I had a mentorship program I started at my high school. I went back to my high school, Tri Cities High School in Atlanta, Georgia. Shout out Tri Cities. Ah.
Dang.
Um, and I went back there. It was kind of therapeutic for me because I was pivoting. It was like a very, unsure time in my life and my career. Like, and so I was just doing something, just doing something, just so that I
Mhm.
wasn't like depressed. So, so I was working with these high school students, and the name of the program is called Foolish Dreamer.
Mm.
And I was just trying to give them all these different tools, exercises, workshops, let them talk amongst themselves and collaborate with each other, just so that they had like a space. Because we were just the friends of mine that did the program with me, we were like, why should we believe in your dream? Why should we invest in your dream? We're going to give you the A, we're going to give you a couple of the letters of the alphabet, but we want you to fill in the rest. Like, if
Mhm.
you're at A and you want to get to Z, what do you got to do to fill that in, And we were just doing little exercises and, you know hands-on experiences, little shadowing experiences in studios, at agency offices, at just
Mm.
whatever their dream was. I had one kid, I never forget. He wanted to be a dentist, and I was like, something about his interview and his essay, I just was like, I'm gonna help this kid. I don't know how, but I
Mhm.
just like him. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? And
Mhm.
he was very patient. He supported everybody else. And finally, I was doing Invisalign at the time. Finally, I just thought, I talked to my orthodontist. I was like, do you like do little programs for his high school kids? He's a high school senior. And they were like, yeah, he can shadow me throughout the summer. Yes, I could help him. I felt so good that I could help this kid get to be a dentist. I was like, you know, so yeah, I think that's what I would like my legacy to be like when people watch my or listen to my content or, material, like it just makes them feel like they can do it. I had such a
Yeah.
big imagination. The movies and the things that took me into the different worlds. I was just in my bedroom, but you would have thought I had taken a trip around the world or in another dimension, like Narnia or one of them other things. But we just had such active imaginations, and I feel like you have to have an active imagination in this world to make your reality,
Mhm.
speed up. You got to be able to pivot. You got to be able to change it. If you're not happy with it, you have to
Yes.
see past the limitations. So yeah.
Yes. Yeah, I love that. I love how you are, again, not just beholden to people who maybe want to take an artistic path, but thinking like how through what I'm doing, creating opportunity myself for others, able to encourage do the same. I love that. That's beautiful. And so speaking of that, I believe it was in 2009 you founded Wood Grain Entertainment, right? 2009?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Tell us what brought you to that.
I got kicked out of Dandy Kane.
Hey.
Because I didn't necessarily like set out to be, oh, I'm gonna be a CEO of my own.
Mhm.
No, it was just like I gotta keep moving, and I'm gonna just do what I know I can do. And I had some good people around me that was showing me how I can do it, and not have to wait for someone else. Wait for somebody else to give me permission or give me a cosign or
Mhm.
whatever. It's like, this is how you can do it. Just go on the Georgia state legislator,
Mhm.
make a business, get an EIN. It's like step by step by step.
Yeah.
Hmm.
That's amazing. And what would you say to, because especially in Hollywood right now, there's a lot of, I mean, we got AI, there's a lot that's making people extremely afraid, and very reasonably so in a lot of ways, right? But how have you, like, what are some ways that you've activated yourself even when you did feel like maybe shame, humiliation, embarrassment, to like keep going and not be afraid to reinvent yourself and to empower yourself? Because a lot of people kind of get, some people freeze and they don't know, what do I do?
Yeah. Yeah, and I mean, we all have that, and I've definitely gone through that and felt like I'm a Cancer, so I go in my shell. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
But the thing that even if I'm not gonna be like face the public and whatever charge through, I'm just gonna go back to what I know. Like I'm gonna go to dance class. I'm gonna go to the
Mm.
places that I know make me feel safe, make me get into my body, get into my voice. Like maybe I'll go to a class, maybe I'll go to a workshop and just be like, okay, I'm just gonna learn something new. Maybe I'm a little rusty, or maybe I'm gonna be horrible at it, you know what I'm saying? But I'm just gonna like do something. Like staying still for too long will get, what do they say, analysis paralysis, you know?
Yes.
So
Yes.
just move, just okay, maybe I just write a song today. Maybe I just, maybe I listen to my own music. Like just remind myself like that was a good song. Maybe no one got it. Maybe it was ahead of its time. But that shit was
Mhm.
jamming. I was jamming that day. I don't know what
Mhm.
y'all was talking about. You know what I mean? Like I didn't
Yeah.
get the yes, I didn't get the green light, I didn't get the budget, but that song was dope. That dance was dope. That, you know what I
Mhm.
mean? Sometimes you just gotta remind yourself. What you what made you excited, even I think the thing that I definitely will do is go to a dance class and just
Okay.
move and learn a combination to whoever, whatever song that they're playing. It's just gonna take me out of my head, take me out of
Yeah.
that inner voice head, and it's just like I'm learning the steps right now. I'm getting
Right.
these, I'm challenging my body to do whatever it is that they're asking me to do.
Mhm. Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's beautiful. Sorry, my light keeps coming out, y'all. That's beautiful. I love that you are saying, I'm going to continue to discover and rediscover and explore myself. I'm not going to let it for too long, stay in the funk for too long. Again, Cancer, go on your show. My sister's a Cancer, so I understand. Y'all do be going. They go, y'all don't know Cancers. They truly do have a show they go into. Um, it's like this is the best meta. It's literally, you're like, where are you? And it's just like, it could be blankets, it could be the corner of a room, but this is very true. But I love that you still are, determined to pull yourself out of that and find ways to explore art, explore yourself through movement, whatever it is, in other ways. You know what I mean? So that you don't, I guess, remain stagnant and you stay ready.
Stay ready. Got to get ready.
Stay ready.
Mhm.
Um, so we, of course, don't be desperate. Do you remember how that came to be for you and how it felt so apropos the moment where you got the script? Because I remember that.
Yeah, and I was reminding my mother because I shared the link with my family and we have like a
Uh-huh.
group chat. And so, I just like, oh, this is the late. I said this is the latest project, even though I knew we had done it, several years before, but
Yeah.
some family, I just said that. So my mother watched it. She's like, I saw that before, haven't I? And I was like, oh yeah, we did watch it when it was on Aspire TV.
Uh-huh.
But I was actually with my mother the day that I got the request, like the email,
Yeah.
and I don't remember. I was in Atlanta. It was around my mother's birthday, so and it was like right after things started opening up for the pandemic. So we were going to see the Aretha Franklin movie, and you would have thought I bought the whole movie theater out just for me and my mom because nobody was there.
Oh, wow.
'Cause, people were still scared.
Yeah.
But um how you get there a little bit early. It was like a fork and screen, so we got there early so we
Hmm.
could like order our food. So I'm just on my phone and I saw it. I was like, oh, I was like, direct offer. Oh, And so I just was like, yes, I'm available. But then I hadn't read the whole thing yet. I was like, I'm available. Yes. But then I had to read like, what did I say yes to? But and then when I read the script, I was just laughing to myself because I was like, oh my God, this is like me, except for the fact that I wasn't trying to get pregnant. But reading the affirmation cards, all that stuff, I saw a lot of myself in it, and I was able to relate a lot to Aaliyah and
Yeah.
her quest to have it all at the once, all at the same time. Now, now,
Mhm. Now, everything. What was it like for you to step into that role? So, I mean, for me, it was so exciting. When your name came across my proverbial desk, and I was
now.
like, oh my gosh, I was like, yes, I was like, and you were, I think you at the point you were back and forth between Brooklyn. I want to believe, I believe so. I think it was that, or maybe yeah, because I was in Brooklyn.
Oh, you paused.
I
Okay,
think.
say what you just said again.
Yeah. When taking it back, professionals here. Reset. When we first had our table read, a virtual table read, I remember how everything just came together so beautifully. What's it like to, step into, for people, whether they're aspiring actors or whatever, still being able to receive something and step into the unknown? What is that like, and how do you prepare yourself for that process? And I know in part it is staying ready by going to dance, etc. But how do you discern when you're going to?
Every time, and I never really even thought about that. It's like you have a new project, and a lot of times you're just excited to be working. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm
Mhm,
gonna I'm gonna be
mhm,
working. But then when you actually get to like the material, if you get it ahead of time of getting in a rehearsal, if it's theater or what have you, and get to do some work with it by yourself, and then you're like, all right, I don't want to get married to any of these decisions because I want to be, adjustable. I want to be able to play well with
mhm,
others, you know what I mean? And so you just have kind of like ideas so
mhm,
that you're not just coming like on a blank slate or gonna have like, be stumped or whatever. But I guess I kind of like take advantage or take for granted of the fact that my brain has been able to adjust like that. Some people can't adjust, but I really
mhm,
attribute that to being a dancer as well, because every time that you come into a dance class or you come into, a dance audition, you don't know these steps, but you just take it in,
mm,
you ingest it or whatever, and then you perform it. You know what I'm saying? You perform it
mhm,
by the end of that class or the end of that, 30-minute, and your brain just has to calculate very quickly how it applies to your body and then how you perform it. And then sometimes
mm.
by the end of class, you look like you're ready to go on stage. You know what I'm saying? You're ready to shoot. So I don't know. I guess I just, from having done it so long in my life, I'm just ready to play. I'm ready to like, and then, in acting class, you do improv and you learn
Mhm.
that you never say no. It's just yes and yes.
Yes, and yes,
Yeah.
yes.
So yeah, I think that's yeah. I mean, of course, there's little butterflies like, oh, will I get along with everybody? Hope the
Mhm,
cast is cool, But I've been very fortunate that I usually have a bunch of little families. I have all these little families from different projects
yeah.
been on, and yeah, it's a beautiful thing. Like, oh yeah, we worked on such and such and such together.
Uh-huh.
Ah, ah.
Yeah, and you and Traylon, y'all meshed so well. It was a really beautiful sight to see, especially since it was summer 2021. So we were very much so still in post pandemic PTSD slash kind of still in it.
Mhm.
And so for people to be able to gel virtually and for that to be true, even more true in person, was definitely major. But then something beautiful happened. I don't want to call it miraculous because you've been preparing it for your whole life. Then one fine day in 2022, you told me that you were up for Color Girls on Broadway.
Yeah.
And it was so funny because coming off of the heels of Aaliyah, and all of a sudden, D Woods is having this Broadway moment. What was that like for you?
I remember I texted you. I was like,
Yes.
Aaliyah's dream came true. And you were like,
Yeah.
which one? And I was like, oh, girl, not that one.
Yeah. I was like,
Not a
girl.
baby. No. Not that. The stage one.
The stage one.
The career dream. Yeah. I think, sometimes, we manifest these things. They say art imitates life, life imitates art, whatever. So I was glad that we brought that into existence for me,
Mhm.
and I used that picture that we had, and then the on the graphic, but Aaliyah has dreams of Broadway, it's like,
Yes.
yes, I'm there.
Yes.
And with such a great production too, another production that I could really like own and live in, and
Mhm.
because sometimes you'll get a job and you're like, okay, that's a check,
Mhm. Mhm.
but
Mhm.
I was really fortunate to like really love and believe in those words that I was saying, and then come to new realizations with that script as well. So
Yeah. Yeah. I got to see you, and I got to see it on Broadway, and I was like, "Oh my gosh," and a beautiful performance, you and the entire ensemble. So I'm so grateful that I got to witness that moment in history, you know what I mean? Because you don't always get those moments, especially seeing black theater on Broadway, right? Black centered plays, black women and feminine and femme centered plays and musicals. So that was beautiful. How do you like what role have you had in your life that has most informed you when it comes to your healing and growth? Can you recall
um,
that?
I would definitely say for Color Girls,
Mhm.
because well, when I did it in 2019, I was what you would call a swing, and I played multiple roles, and I just had to be ready for whenever the principal actress called out. So I had
Mhm.
all these roles in my head. I had Lady in Blue, Lady in Red, Lady in Yellow, Lady in Green,
Wow.
and I still had to know vaguely Lady in Brown, Orange, and Purple, although I was never going to go on for them, but I interacted with them so much. So I still had
Mhm.
to know what was going on. So I basically
Mhm.
had the whole script in my head. And um going in and out of all those energies, and we talked about this in rehearsal with the dramaturg, like, Intozaki Shange, you know, the ladies' colors is like the chakras up and down, your
Mhm.
from red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple, like the third eye. And then like Lady in Brown is
Mhm.
like the embodiment of them all, like in a brown body, in a black woman's body.
Mhm.
So like I was able to feel a lot of these emotions, these stories, these energies, and it kind of felt like it really could be all one woman, at
Mhm.
whatever
Mhm.
of her life. So that's the beautiful thing I think about for Color Girls, because I was introduced to that when I was 14 in ninth grade. And then, came back to it in college, and then, would work on different monologues just to have something ready in the tank, if I was just ever gonna, like, be in an audition. And then having done it off Broadway and then doing it on Broadway, it meant something different every stage. Cause like, oh, that's what that means. Having gone through maybe a breakup, having seen a homegirl go through something, you know what I mean? And then hearing the poem again is like, oh my God, that is what she was talking
Mhm.
about. I was just saying
Yeah.
words, but now it's like, oh, I know what that is. I know
Mhm.
how that feels, you know.
Mhm.
So being fortunate to find the beauty in where you are when you are there, like in your journey. And like they say, like with a caterpillar, you can't rush the caterpillar stage, you can't rush the cocoon stage, you can't get snipped and cut and helped out of your cocoon. You got to push your way out so that you can be the butterflies. Like, you
Mm.
have to be where you are in the time that you are there, feel the feelings, learn the things. Yeah.
I love that. Y'all, I hope listen, I hope y'all are picking up what she's putting down. You're talking to me. To me, you're talking about presence. The power of being present with exactly what's happening in your life. You and I, right before this, we talked about choosing joy. Essentially, I would sum that up.
Yeah.
Right? What in what ways in this season of your life, like actual practical ways that maybe somebody could say, hey, you know what? Maybe I should do that. Do how are you walking
Yeah.
that out?
Well, everyone's been throwing this term around like we outside, we outside. So like I'm outside, okay? I'm outside.
Mhm,
I am enjoying and not in a well, sometimes it might be a ratchet way some days. It might be a very like holistic and earthy day, but not and I think also because this winter was so harsh. It was a
mhm,
hard winter. So I was like, I am actively looking for things, different experiences that I can go to, whether that be by myself or maybe I'll put out a feeler and see who wants to go to this, but also
mhm.
not being afraid of just maybe I'll just go by myself. Like I went to watch the Knicks game by myself yesterday and
Okay.
I met two very fun gentlemen at the bar. There was a seat right between them, and I was like, "Is anybody sitting here? I'm gonna sit right there," And they ended up buying my whole meal and all my drinks, so I loved that for me.
Okay.
But
You know what?
they were like, "You're really cool," because
Clock it. Clock it.
also, and just being like your authentic self. Like I wasn't there to try to
Yeah.
find a man. If I had found one, that would have been great. But I was there to like just enjoy the game, and I didn't want to be by myself. Um,
Mhm.
so I went out and I just sat down and I just was having a conversation, yelling at the TV. You know what I mean? And that was cool. And there's a lot of things that I have on my little calendar. I take screenshots of stuff on Instagram. Like, oh, I'm gonna go to that block party. I'm gonna go to that little run club. I'm gonna do a little wine tasting. Or I'm gonna do yeah. I'm just like picking things.
Yes.
That can be fun. Taking myself out,
Yes.
like not waiting to have fun, not waiting for somebody else to be
Uh-huh.
there, or the significant other, or for the trip to get out of the group chat. You know what I'm saying? It's like, hey, man,
Yep.
whoever is meant to be there will meet you there. Whoever's meant to be on that, experience with you, whether you meet that person when you're there, like,
Yeah. I love
yeah.
that. No, I love it who's ever meant because that even that we so often think about that as, whoever is in our life, for a season or maybe seasons, whatever, and them traversing life with us, whoever is meant to be there is there. But I love that you're also deepening that and saying whoever is in that moment with you is who's supposed to be in that moment with you. That's such
Mhm.
a rich way of, and it's such an abundant way of seeing um humanity and like how we live amongst one another. That's such an abundant way of thinking of it versus like, oh, I don't have anybody with me. It's like, no, all these people are who is supposed to be with me.
Mhm. Mhm. And people like, I think because there is so much craziness and negativity in the world, I think I mean using, judgment, you know what I'm saying? I think like,
Mhm.
strangers are happy to just, especially in a city like New York, because New York is a
Right.
very communal city, like and you've seen it with all of the, the Knicks mania stuff. Like people are just outside sharing a projector screen that somebody is projecting the game on the wall. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
People just outside being, neighbors, going to block parties or whatever, sitting on a park bench and you just have like a random conversation with somebody, and then you can get up and walk away. You never have to see that person ever again in your life. Nothing
Right.
has to happen after that, but you
Yeah.
enjoy having a, like my nephew was visiting me, my sister and my nephew was visiting me, and my nephew's the only child, so he's like, the kids are still in school up here, so he's like, oh, where
Mhm.
are the kids? I'm like, they're in school, you know what I mean? But we're gonna have fun. We're gonna have fun anyway. So he's he's learning. He's 6 years old, so he's kind of just learning how to like speak for himself. So there was a
Mhm.
kid, because this was a Sunday afternoon. There was a kid and he had a ball and he just was looking around. And I said, well, that kid looks like he needs somebody to play with. And my nephew just ran over him and they just started playing. I don't even think they exchanged names. You know what I'm saying? They
Yeah.
started playing. I was like, to be that, open like a child, like,
Yes.
hey, you want to play? You want to play with me? You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? So it's a beautiful like analogy. Oh no, it froze.
Now,
Are
I'm
we
back
back?
now.
We back.
Okay. Okay. Um, it's so easy for us as adults to overlook the fact that even doing that, it takes courage, and that children are so courageous.
Yeah.
So tell us about a time, and maybe it's multiple times, where being courageous paid off. What did you decide to forget fear? I'm going to do it anyway, and it paid off.
I'm sorry. My doorbell just rang. Y'all gonna
Oh,
walk with me to the door while I tell this
all
story.
right. Hey, this is active.
Being courageous. Um, I mean, every day is kind of courageous. Thank you. Have a good one. I had ordered, I had ordered some food because I was like, once we get done, I want my food to be here. Okay,
Yeah.
so multitasking all the
Right?
time. Now, I think, I mean, there's some things that I have done, and I think about now. I'm like, who did you think you were? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm so glad I didn't think of all of the things that could have gone wrong. I just thought about what I
Mm.
wanted to do. You know, well, last summer, and it's funny because I'm kind of, I'm also as a Cancer, we're very nostalgic. We think
Mhm.
like this time last year, I was in Las Vegas, and I was doing a production in Las Vegas, and also working on my one woman show that I was going to perform in New York. So I was working on two different productions on two opposite sides of the country. And you know how it is being your own self producer. You're robbing Peter to pay Paul,
Mhm.
and like I
Yep.
didn't know none of these people that I had to like work with. I had to find a new like a temporary place to live in Las Vegas. And I
Mhm.
just had to trust that this is what I'm supposed to be doing. It makes no sense. God, why do I have to go to Las Vegas? Why can't you just give me a project in New York? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, okay, I'm just gonna go, you know what I mean? And
Mhm.
I feel like there were levels of courageousness in all last summer. But I made some really cool friends. I got some friends in Jamaica now that I'm gonna probably
See?
figure out how to go down there and you know just hang out with them because it was a Bob Marley inspired production. So like
Okay.
some of the dancers on the project who are still here in the States, they're going to be performing with me next week in LA for the LA block party.
Yeah.
um and I'm just like, okay, well, that was something. And when it ended, but I made all these relationships and I didn't know how it was going to work out. um
Mhm.
yeah, that's I feel like it's courageous. And if you try to explain it to somebody who doesn't take those kind of risks, they would just be like, that makes no sense. I don't know how you sleep at night not knowing how you're gonna do this, that. And I was like, I don't know either. A lot of times I'm
Yeah,
up
I
to
know.
4 a.m. and I just fall asleep. I can't be awake no more. You know what I'm saying?
I also don't know how I'm up at night.
Right. Sometimes I see the sun coming up
Oh
like,
my
dang,
god.
I was trying to go to sleep before the sun came up.
Yeah.
But
I am sad that I'm gonna miss your performance next week, but tell us, because I was trying to go, but it's hard to get it's hard to get from here to there. You get text people are like, "Oh, it's California." I'm like,
big state.
"Yeah, there was doing it." But what are you most looking forward to? Performing Juneteenth weekend.
I know. Well, it's so many great celebrations all put together. I think it's Juneteenth weekend, it's the beginning of Cancer season, and
Yes.
Andrea is also a Cancer, so it's like
Okay.
birthday energy. Then it's also, you know, Danity Kane's 20-year anniversary, although I'm 19,
Right,
so
girl. I'm like something.
although we're 19. So yeah, so we have like lots of things to just celebrate. Also, just kind of like celebrating the fact that we can take ownership of that time in our life, and we can just like, because there was so much pressure on us
Yeah.
at that time. You know, we were so young and impressionable and scared. We were just scared all the time in that situation. So it was like,
Hmm.
let's have fun. Let who gonna stop
Yeah.
us? Who check me, boo? You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody. We don't have
Hmm.
nobody to answer to. What you want to wear? Okay, I'm gonna wear something in that family too. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
what we want. And that might sound trivial to somebody who watched this from the outside. Like, oh, you guys were on TV. You guys had it made, or you da da da. It's like, no, we were not in control. And so it's like celebrating the fact that we can take control of this. We're gonna have some merch, you know, we're gonna have a little merch drop that people can get into and wear this like DK20, you know what I'm saying? Like just
What?
doing things to just make it fun. Like that's why I'm like, if it's not fun, why do it? You
Yeah.
know what I mean? If we
Why
can't
do
be
it?
silly or goofy, why do it? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Um, when y'all come up to the Bay again.
Because the Bay actually loves us. The Bay, San Francisco was the first stop on the Untold Chapters tour. And when I tell you,
Mhm.
I didn't, you know, I had been away from the group for so long, I didn't know what to expect, you know, what type of
Mhm.
reception I was going to get. But the screaming, like I had in-ear monitors to hear myself, you know,
Uh-huh.
I couldn't hear nothing. I couldn't hear that.
Wow.
Like, okay, I just got to trust that I'm singing the right words and singing the right notes. 'Cause, and even if I wasn't, I don't think anybody cared because they were singing so loud too, you know. So,
Yeah.
so that was a good reception. So let's talk about, when is this sequel coming? When is this Don't Be Desperate sequel happening?
Interviewing me.
Because you said you was cooking. I was like, ah.
I am cooking. Let's see. How much do I want to tell? Okay. I mean, on camera, because let's see. How do I want to make this a moment? Let's make it a moment. Um, Aaliyah plus Christmas
I like that. I like that.
feature, not a short.
Okay.
So you asked me that as I was already. So this is actually something that's been cooking literally in my own real life stories that I feel like, oh my gosh, this is Aaliyah's story. Like I've got to put the story, things happening in my life that are comedic and at the time just remind me of, being a woman in her and the ways that we're the ways that we feel because of what society imposes upon us, right? Yeah. Honestly, it's been in me for the past I guess this is now 2 years, a year and a half. And so I have next year's my 40th year. So we're gonna be doing some things. I have a high level of determination, as you know. And so that is, yeah, we're going
Okay.
holiday.
I love that.
We're
Everything happens on the holiday. Everything
I
happens. Everything falls apart and comes back together.
Mhm.
Yes. Yes.
Mhm.
Yeah. As I
Mhm.
was watching, now I don't know what you have planned, but you know, my
Y'all see how
writer's
she just
brain.
tripped on me so suddenly? This is somebody who's clearly been in entertainment for her whole life. She just turned the tables. Now she's interviewing me. Go ahead. Go ahead.
You know, watching Don't Be Desperate again, and then of course in this time, in this political climate, and with this
Mhm.
like with
Mhm.
the healing of women's reproductive rights and
Mhm.
women being persecuted for having miscarriages and, having IBS. And it's like some scary, Handmaid's Tale stuff happening out here.
Mhm.
And I was like, wow, what a great time for this to be back in the world, and for people who are seeing it for the first time, and how it's going to rub up against, juxtapose some of
Mhm.
the newsreel stories. But yeah, I think that, wouldn't it be funny? Wouldn't it be funny if Janice was the one that got pregnant?
That's good. I didn't have
and,
that. I didn't have that, but that is good. That is
and
good.
she wasn't trying, you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? And
that is good.
Aaliyah's still here, like,
That's good. I like that. I like that a lot. Keep that in the back of my mind.
because
But yeah,
wearing that pregnant belly for the day was funny.
and then I had to wear it too for a
Yes.
little bit. Because not because I was, I mean, it was my Spike Lee moment, but I didn't intend to have that Spike Lee, like the directors in it. But I was like, okay, maybe that'll be my thing. Maybe I'll have like little moments where
Yeah, you and what's it, Stan Lee, and
yeah.
yeah, they show up in their own movies. Yeah, you got to do it. You got to.
Too funny. I'm gonna open the floor for some questions. So I know Mia had a question, and that was how relatable, speaking of Aaliyah, was this character to any of your own experiences?
So relatable, except for getting tested for fertility. We've been trying not to get pregnant out here. Keep that away. Keep that away. But congratulations for everyone who wants that. But I am an auntie. I am auntie outside. Give the babies back after. But with the pressure, I feel like I've definitely gotten better with the self, critical, and the pressure and the timeline, and it has to
Yep.
happen, and just kind of like burning out, trying to get to the goal, trying everything, producing your own showcases, like doing all that, like even like the running down the street and singing, like I'm in the gym, I'm running on the treadmill, I'm singing. I do all these things. I do the affirmations, and I was like, wow, I do affirmations.
Uh-huh.
One of the shows for Danity Kane, the last show we had in Sacramento, I made the whole audience do affirmation
I love
flashcards with me. I brought
it.
my flashcards. I was like, we are doing affirmation.
Oh my God.
Everybody repeat after me. The
I
whole
love
audience.
that. I love that.
So yeah, that was very, very relatable.
Yeah, yeah. What does Mia say in the chat? Hold on, I missed right here. Okay, here we go. If you could write your dream lead, oh hey Kiki, if you could write your dream lead role right now in a feature, what role would that entail? Ooh, that's good.
Well, I want to do some action. You see me getting sad.
Yeah.
I want to fight. I want to do
I
something.
want to fight.
Yeah, I mean, I'm really, really so excited for a feature film that's coming out. I think it's supposed to come out in the beginning of 2027.
Okay.
It's based on the book series Children of Blood and Bone by
Yes.
Adeyemi. And I read them books during the pandemic. I have the third one. I'm still in the middle of the third one. When
Okay.
the pandemic was happening, we could just escape to different worlds, and I read them, those first two, back to back, like,
Mm-hmm.
and then I was harassing her, like following her, everything on social media, like, when is the third book coming? When is the third book? When? I can't wait. I can't wait. So that is a really, if you haven't read those books, anybody who's listening, check it out, because I feel like it had like the perfect storm of action, of Afrofuturism, of magic and mystery, of love triangles and
Mm-hmm.
forbidden star-crossed lovers. And I thought she did such a great job, writing it and making it us, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But
Mm-hmm.
also, because it's set in a fictional, like, Africa, there's no mention, because a lot of times our stories always have to, be up against some sort of oppression
Yep.
with whiteness or some trying to fit in. There is a through line of discrimination that's in it, but it's amongst their own people, which is
Mm-hmm.
happens with tribalism too,
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I just loved it. I loved it. So I'm really excited so if we could I hope that we write the the sequel to the one that's coming out and I'm in it.
In what?
In Children of Blood and Bone.
Oh, okay. Well, you're seeding that right now. You like we're in a manifest.
Yeah. But also, I really want to do like a musical. I want to do like a new dance movie. Like
Ooh.
Step Up or You Got Served. I want to do a
Yeah.
dance movie. We haven't
Okay.
had one of those in a long time.
We haven't. We have not had one of those, and I think we're due for one. I think everybody wants to feel good right now. You know what I mean? Like some good dance. I mean, that'd be great. That'd be great. That'd be great.
Yeah, we got to save the community center or something in the plot that we always have to save the community center with the dance movie.
It's true. It's so funny for Don't Be Desperate. I can't say the rest of it. The Christmas one. I thought I was like, do we have a community center? There actually is dance in that. I don't know. Now I don't know. I don't, I don't know how big that'll be, but there is a dance element in it.
Well, because Aaliyah is a dreamer and she's a musical theater nerd, what if she has like an out of body like dream sequence because she's always dreaming and it becomes like a musical number?
I like that. I like that. I like that. I really do. I'm like, okay, that's cute. That could happen. That could happen in Aaliyah's world. Kiki says yes. Y'all, before I ask D my last question, do y'all have any more questions in the chat? If not, I'm gonna let her eat. What you get to eat?
Papa John's.
Okay.
I was being lazy. I was like,
it's giving Thursday. That feels good. I like it. It's a Thursday energy.
I didn't feel like thawing out no chicken.
Yeah. Again, we're choosing joy. If that felt like too much, then it just didn't happen. Okay. Well, speaking of joy, my last question that I love to ask my guests, and if y'all have anything before I finish, you could still drop it in. But I'm gonna move forward. What in this world is currently hurting you? What do you want to heal, and what brings you joy? You can say it in that exact order or out of order. Hurt, heal, joy.
Oh, I mean, there's a lot of things. I think just the news hurts my feelings and I just don't like it. Also, I hate the relationship podcasts. I hate them.
Is it hurting? It hurts you and you hate it?
Yes, because I was like, oh my gosh, why? Just be better. You know what I mean? Just be better. But okay, or get help or do the work, y'all, because we're warring at each other, trying to say who's right and who's wrong, who's right and who's wrong.
That's very.
But it's like, we're not getting further with this, and especially between Black men and women. Like, we really gotta get on the same page, and not just Black women just silencing themselves and just blindly following. It's like, these men, y'all want to be leaders, but where are you going? So like, everybody just needs to really just work on themselves. Like, be better within yourself so that you're not trying to like force somebody to get on your program just to validate yourself. You know what I mean?
Yep, I do. It's beautiful.
That hurts.
What brings you joy?
And then it's like, I saw the motorcade on Monday, beating up the FDR and the water police taxis or whatever. And I was like, didn't nobody ask that man to come here and go to the game and mess up our juju? You know what I'm saying? It's like, I wish the political climate, but I really like the mayor of New York, and I wish we had a president that was like the mayor of New York, because he's bringing joy. He's finding ways to make to make the budget work. He's finding
Yeah,
ways,
yeah, yeah,
programs to make people's lives better. And I wish we could just do that. Just like
yeah.
it's that, but
I
I
love
don't
that. No. Well, what,
know.
so that's bringing you joy too, but what, I mean, I feel like though we've got to hear so much about what's bringing you joy. If you could encompass it right now, what would you call this era of D Wood's life? Like what chapter is this? Speaking
This
of books.
it's definitely summertime is my favorite time. So I feel like this is a summertime. This is summer season.
Summer
You know,
season.
you know how like in Game of Thrones it was like winter is coming.
Yes.
It's like no, it's summer right now. You know
Summer
what
is
I'm
here.
saying?
Yeah.
And
Summer
winter
is
not just being the season of winter, but sometimes you have a winter season of life. But I feel like it's summer. You know what I'm saying?
that
It's,
part.
it's, it's late spring. It ain't
Yeah.
hot yet, but it's getting there. We're gonna
I
have
like that. I feel your joy too. And I'm so happy to hear the way things are just coming together in such beautiful ways and you're just leaning into what God, what life has in store for you. I have one last question. This is a great question. What movie would you produce if you had your own movie to write? Do you have a movie inside of you?
I do.
Ooh.
I have several projects that I just have like on my laptop, and I'm
Mm-hmm.
actively, trying to get to. And I know you know the process of getting it from the page to the screen, and it's a long process. And then we have other things in life that we got to do.
Mm-hmm.
I do have a movie musical, and then I also because people have been like, you need to write a book. D-Wiz, you need to write a book.
Mm-hmm.
But I actually have a series concept, like, and it is loosely based on experiences in my life, but I don't want it just like the D Wood story. I just want people to
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and be like, I wonder if that's what happened to D Woods. Did you ever watch Entourage?
A little bit. But how it blends the two worlds and you're kind of not sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're like, that kind of might have happened to Marco. That
Just
kind of
don't
might
name
have
the character. I mean, if it's fiction, don't name the person D. D Woods.
right. No, I won't. Yeah.
Because then people are gonna be like, oh, it's about you.
Right. No, you won't me. And I have like a dream cast.
Oh, I
You
love
know,
it.
we talked about this when we were on set. I love Jennifer Lewis.
Yes, yes.
Jennifer Lewis is in this.
Yeah.
She's in this idea
Yeah.
because I need more of her on screen.
Yes. Should we manifest her as Aaliyah's mom in the Christmas one?
Let's do it. Come on, Aaliyah's mom, come. And yes. And then we'll see where Aaliyah gets all of her, self-critical, because maybe she's really critical and she's like, come on, 5, 6, 7, 8. You're not singing from your diaphragm.
The story is writing itself. We gotta love it.
Jennifer, we need you. We need you. Yes.
Well, before we go, I just want to say thank you so much. This is so much fun. I have some great news for you. I'm going to shoot you an email that just came across my desk. So there's going to be more D Woods and me chatting very soon, but not just us. So there will be more from the land of Don't Be Down. Am I back?
Yeah.
Am I back?
Back now.
Okay, cool. Mm-hmm. All right. Well, thank you all so much for tuning in to Inside Out Podcast Live with D Woods. Please make sure you tune in to Don't Be Desperate if you haven't already. And follow us on Instagram. Follow D Woods on Instagram, your girl D Woods. Follow me on Instagram, is right on time. And there will be more to come, y'all. Peace out.
Peace.
That was amazing.
Yes. Thank you.